Hare Krishna. Today we are going to hear about Pradyumna born to Krishna and Devi Rukmani. So, Kama or the Cupid demigod, who is directly part and parcel of Lord Vasudev and who was formerly burnt to ashes by the anger of Lord Shiva, took birth from the womb of Devi Rukmani and he was named as Pradyumna. There was a demon of the name Sambara who was destined to be killed by Pradyumna. The Sambara demon knew of his destiny, and as soon as he learnt that Pradyumna had been born, he took the shape of a woman and kidnapped the baby from the maternity home less than 10 days after Pradyumna's birth. The demon took him and threw him directly into the sea. But as it is said, whoever is protected by Krishna, no one can kill, and whoever is destined to be killed by Krishna, no one can protect. When Pradyumna was thrown into the sea, a big fish immediately swallowed him. Later, this fish was caught in the net of a fisherman, and the fish was later sold to Sambara demon. In the kitchen of the demon was a maid servant whose name was Mayavati. This woman had formerly been the wife of Kamadeva. Her name was Rati that time. When the fish was presented to the demon Sambara, it was taken charge of by his cook who was to make it into a palatable fish preparation. When the cook was cutting the fish, he found within its stomach a nice baby, which he immediately presented to the charge of Mayavati, who was an assistant in the kitchen affairs. This woman was surprised to see how such a nice baby could remain within the belly of a fish, and the situation perplexed her. The great sage Narada Muni then appeared and explained to her about the birth of Pradyumna and how the baby had been taken away by Sambara and later thrown into the sea. In this way, the whole story was disclosed to Mayavati by Narada Muni. Mayavati knew that she had previously been Rati, the wife of Kamadev. After her husband was burned to ashes by the wrath of Lord Shiva, she was always expecting him to come back in a material form. This woman was engaged for cooking rice and dal in the kitchen of Sambara. But when she got this nice baby and understood that he was her own husband, she naturally took charge of him and with great affection took care of the baby. Miraculously, the baby swiftly grew up and within a short period he became a beautiful young man. Mayavati could understand that her former husband, who is born as Pradyumna, had grown into such a nice young man. She told everything to Pradyumna, that you are the son of Lord Krishna. Before you were just 10 days old, you were stolen by Sambara demon and later thrown into the water and swallowed by a fish. In this way, you have come under my care. But actually, in your former life as Kamadeva, I was your wife. And Sambara wanted to kill you, and he is endowed with various mystic powers. Therefore, before he again attempts to kill you, please kill him as soon as possible with your divine power. This was said by Mayavati to Pradyumna. Again, she was saying, like, since you were stolen by Sambara, your mother Devi Rukmani has been in a very grievous condition. She is very affectionate towards you, and since you have been taken away from her, she has been living like a cow, aggrieved over the loss of its calf. So Mayavati, saying this, she had mystic knowledge of supernatural powers. Supernatural powers are generally known as Maya, and to surpass all such powers, there is another supernatural power called Mahamaya. Mayavati had the knowledge of the mystic power of Mahamaya, and she delivered to Pradyumna this specific energetic power in order to defeat the mystic powers of the Sambara demon. Thus, being empowered by his wife, Pradyumna immediately went before Sambara and challenged him to fight. Pradyumna addressed him in a very strong language so that Sambara's temper would be agitated and he would be moved to fight. At Pradyumna's words, The demon Sambara being insulted, he immediately took his club in his hand and appeared before Pradyumna to fight. Roaring like a thundering cloud, in great anger, the demon began to beat Pradyumna with his club, just as a thunderbolt beats a mountain. Pradyumna protected himself with his own club and eventually struck the demon very severely. In this way, the fighting between Sambrashura and Pradyumna began. When Sambrashura was defeated in every respect, Pradyumna took his sharp sword and immediately cut off the demon's head, which was decorated with a helmet and valuable jewels. When Pradyumna thus killed the demon, all the demigods in the higher planetary system showered flowers on him. Pradyumna's wife Mayavati could travel in outer space, and therefore both of them they directly reached his father's capital Dwarka by the airways. They passed over above the palace of Lord Krishna and came down as a cloud comes down with lightning. The inner section of a palace is known as Antapura, private apartments. Pradyumna and Mayavati could see many women there and they sat down among them. Rukmini Devi, seeing Pradyumna, naturally remembered her own son. She then began to wonder, who is this beautiful young man? He appears to be the most beautiful person. Who is the fortunate young woman able to conceive this nice boy in her womb and become his mother? And who is that young woman who has accompanied him? How have they met? So, remembering about her son who was stolen from the maternity home, she could only guess that if he is living somewhere, he might have grown up by this time to be like this boy. Simply by intuition, Rukmani could understand that Pradyumna was her own lost son. She could also observe that Pradyumna resembled Lord Krishna in every respect. She was struck with wonder as to how he had acquired all the characteristics of Lord Krishna. She therefore began to think more confidently that the boy must be her own grown up son, because she felt so much affection for him, and as an auspicious sign her left arm was trembling. At that very moment, Lord Krishna, along with his father and mother, Devaki and Vasudeva, appeared on the scene. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could understand everything, yet in that situation he remained silent. And by the desire of Lord Shri Krishna, the great sage Narada Muni also appeared, and he disclosed all the incidents. When everyone was informed of the mysterious disappearance of Pradyumna and how he had grown up, they were all struck with wonder because they got back their dead son after they were almost hopeless of his return. When they understood that it was Pradyumna who was present, they received him with great delight. One after another, all the members of the family, Devaki, Vasudev, Lord Shri Krishna, Lord Balram, Rukmani Devi, and all women of the family embraced Pradyumna and his wife Mayavati. When the news of Pradyumna's return spread all over the city of Dwarka, all the astonished citizens came with great eagerness to see the lost Pradyumna. The dead son has come back, they said. What can be more pleasing than this? Hare Krishna.
Hare